It's Joe. My hands are stained. But I wanted to make a video about reading poems that I've written. They're all like in my notes app. Just because I thought that was interesting, and I never share my poems. I like posted some on like Tumblr like a really long time ago, a couple years ago, but I thought that would be pretty interesting. And I never talked about my poetry with anyone, so I'm kind of scared. But and a lot of these are untitled. I didn't realize they're just like I just named them untitled. I don't know why, but this one, I'm not beautiful. I wasn't beautiful anywhere. Not in mirrors or just plain reflections. Not in my eyes or anyone's. Maybe average, but in my mind too distorted to tell. Warped by the millions, maybe billions of faces I'd seen. That one's pretty short. I'll rate that like a 5.5. A 5.5 out of 10, honestly. Okay, this one I wrote on Christmas, also untitled in 2023. That was what, 2 years ago? Something like that? Almost 3 years ago? I wish to fall into the words I write. Oh, sorry, messed up. I wish to fall and turn into words just like the ones I write. They're so meaningful, yet I'm just me, not living, just existing, not here nor there. My life is like a sad song that won't ever end. Oh my god, this is terrible. Okay. The hurt and anguish you feel all at once, so sweet and lovely, yet listening closely, I began to see the bitterness and anger. I wish I can fall. I'm not even gonna finish that. I'm sorry, I can't. Oh, I thought I was a critic. It's so bad, I can't. Oh, I didn't even rate it. I'll rate it. Like the beginning, it started off strong. No, I'll rate it. I'll rate it a 1.5. Yeah. Next one, it's titled Just Shit. And this one isn't really so much of a poem, but like a short, like little paragraph that I wrote. But wow, you're going to school while working? Your parents must be so proud, she exclaimed as I continued scanning her items. Yeah, I said, flashing her a counterfeit smile while looking down, trying my best to sound genuine. In reality, I was barely going to school, failing all my classes and losing motivation for almost everything in my life. The rest of the day was kind of a blur, just more scanning fake smiles and trying to stay focused. That one was pretty good. I've always wanted to write a book, so I always write. And like, I've always wanted to write like a semi-autographical book, like The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. She's one of my inspirations, so I thought that was pretty darn good. I'll rate that a 7, honestly, a 7 out of 10. That was pretty good. And I wrote this when I was working at Walmart. I think I wrote this on my second 15-minute break. But yeah, I quit that job and then I went to the mental hospital. But pretty good, 7 out of 10. All right, we were going downhill, but last one. So hopefully we're going strong now. This one, April 25th of 2024. Also untitled, so nothing changed. I really need to title these. But the smell of cough syrup rolled off his breath. I scrunched up my nose in disgust. To the right of me, I hear talking about children as if that is not what we are. What separates us, a 4-letter word? I didn't quite understand that. A father and son ran past me, their legs and arms flailing in unison. You could tell it was his father's son. I wonder if it was like that for me. Then again, I didn't really know him. That one makes me sad. I wrote that in my debate class, law and debate. Yeah, I didn't do any work at school. I never did. But yeah, I think I wrote that in my class. And that one was pretty darn good too. I honestly like 8, 8.2. Yeah. All right. Next one. This one also untitled. Doesn't even have a title at all. September 10th of 2024. This one. I want to sleep. Fuck, God, dude. I'm actually gonna. Okay. I want to. Dude, what is wrong with me? Why can't I read? I want to. Alright. I want to sleep. The tiredness seeps into me like an intoxicant, yet I can never seem to get a grip of it. As soon as it slips away, waving over my head, taunting me, it is the only thing that takes me away to somewhere. I don't have to perturb or force myself to be what I am not. That's just about me loving sleep. It's not really that deep. I really do love sleeping. Um, solid 6. Solid 6. It's not too deep. Just my love for sleeping. And not like me being lazy, me loving sleep, me not wanting to do anything. And I do. I sleep and I don't do anything all day, which is pretty cool. But yeah, pretty decent. Alright, I haven't looked, but I remember this specific one, I just wrote like a bunch. Like, last time I edited it was November 4th of 2024, and there's a lot. So, I'm gonna pick a couple real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, I found a funny one. This one says, I hated stupid men. I always did. In my opinion, there was nothing more attractive and maybe a bit erotic than a man with an extensive vocabulary. And that's real. That's so real. 10 out of 10, honestly. 10 out of 10. That was so good. Alright, next one. I feel like the days are flying past me, like leaves in the wind or something. I keep dreading the feeling of getting older, and it makes everything go by so fast, yet I feel stuck in the same place, practically counting down the seconds into the next day. I don't know what to feel at all anymore. I don't. I wrote that on my 17th birthday. It was not a good birthday. I don't usually have amazing birthdays, but this one was particularly pretty bad. But that's pretty good. I rate that, just nostalgia stuff, like 8.5. I think that's pretty good. I like that one at least. Okay. Okay. Alright, I got another one about a person that I will not be naming. I could write about him and turn him into lovely words, but I would never be able to make him honest or trustworthy. Honest men make unconvincing liars. To be a writer and a lover is to live in agony and torture. And that's also pretty real. I feel like, like if you're like an artist or like a writer, as myself, you tend to like write or like draw like about someone that you know, or like crushing on or love or whatever. And you make it like you're wearing like rose tinted glasses, you can't really see. You just write what you would want them to be, but they're not in real life. But you just go back and you read it and you're like, wow, like they're this, they're that, they're like amazing, but they're really not. So, and that's kind of what I was trying to say. But that was pretty good. I rated it 6.5. 6.5. Alright, lads, we got one more. Just because I'm tired and I know I have to edit this video tonight. And if I don't, I know I won't. So, just one more. Why was a question I rarely seem to know the answer to. I don't know why I feel so incredibly abysmal, or why I'm in a constant state of excruciating pain and suffering. I don't know why I could have all the good things in the world yet be so miserable. I don't know why I was born. The whole thought was abhorrent to me. The way a woman was given pleasure just to be given torture in return, and that continues and continues as the giver of this pain was given absolutely nothing but maybe stress. It is so unfair, it makes me sick. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't really want to elaborate anymore on that. I'm getting sad. I'm getting really sad. But yeah, that was, I'll rate that. I don't like my choice of words. I don't remember which writer that said that. It's like, if you don't use specific words in your vocabulary, don't use them while you're writing, because it sounds unnatural. And I don't go around saying abysmal or abhorrent. I don't use those words. I use pretty good words, but I don't use those words. So that's -2 points. So I'll give it an 8. Yeah. But thanks a lot for listening. This was very fun. Now I'm gonna go edit this video because that's so fun.